I know a special place, a certain corner of the country where the fishing is pretty good. A place with deep lakes and surf-pounded beaches, marsh-lined estuaries and lazy forest streams, roaring ocean rips and small secluded ponds. A place called New England. I'm Tom Richardson. Join me as we explore the region's diverse fishing destinations, chase its many species, and forge new fishing adventures on New England Fishing. This is a story about spring, about a lake coming to life after a long, cold New England winter. At 71 square miles, Lake Winnipesaukee is New Hampshire's largest water body and a major regional recreation and travel destination. Indeed, summer folk have flocked to Winnie since the mid-1800s, when so-called rusticators began heading there to escape the inner city swelter. Today, summer remains a busy time on the big lake, with boaters bustling about the water and everything from pontoon boats to sunfish to paddleboards, and crowds of visitors thronging the major lakeside towns of Meredith, Wolfeboro, Laconia, and Alton Bay. But spring is another animal altogether, a quiet time appreciated by the anglers who know the lake so intimately, and especially by those who seek its coveted cold water species. It's a time that local guide Jason Parent looks forward to in a big way.
So I've been fishing here on Lake Winnipesaukee for close to 30 years now. My grandparents owned a house in Belmont, and I would travel down from Berlin with my Chevy S10 and a 12-foot aluminum boat and a 7.5 horsepower Ted Williams motor in the back. And I was that guy that was out there in the spring with the snow blowing and the two lines in the water, learning to catch fish. Why do I like fish for salmon? I enjoy fishing for salmon because every day is a different challenge. Every day is not the same. It's not the same lure, it's not the same bait. It's always a new, exciting change of pace. It's a different bait, it's a different place on the lake. It's the fight, it's the jump out of the water, it's the constant battle of the fish in this environment is spectacular.
Jason, how you doing?
Tom, how's it going?
Good to see you again, man.
Welcome back up to Lake Winnipesaukee.
Oh man, always a pleasure to get back up here. And with these salmon, they get up pretty early, don't they?
They do get up very early in the morning, no question about it.
Excellent. So what's the game plan? Just go out, troll some live bait for them?
We're going to troll some live bait, we're going to troll some flies, we're going to see if we can hook up to a couple of landlocks and maybe a rainbow and
really?
Get some action.
Excellent. I like the idea of a rainbow. You didn't tell me about that part.
Well, it's a surprise.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's hope we get one, and but let's get going so we can get this dawn bite.
Let's do it.
Excellent. As the gray April sky brightened, Jason, assisted by his teenage son Hayden, steered us out of Smith Cove and into the deeper parts of the lake, where we set a trolling spread consisting of live baits fished off downriggers and lead core outfits.
we're gonna run this back there about 30 feet behind the boat. We're gonna hook it up to the downrigger ball. We have the release clip set very, very loose. So you put that in there, when the fish hits, you can pop it right out. So we got that set real loose. And then we just lower her down.
In this game, trolling speed is critical. The live baits and lures must be trolled at 1.5 to 1.8 miles per hour. And to slow the boat, Jason deploys a pair of drift socks, one off each side.
Got a fish, got a fish right here.
Fish on.
Whoa, yeah, here he goes. All right, he's fighting.
No one ever said trolling for landlocked salmon was simple, especially if you want to catch fish consistently. But guide Jason Parent takes it to a new level, deploying as many as 6 lines at a time to target different depths in a wide swath of water. It takes a lot of work and coordination, but the extra effort pays dividends in pounds of silver.
Got a fish right here.
Fish on.
Whoa, yeah, here he goes. All right, he's fighting. Oh, he's off. Ah, you gotta be kidding me.
Nope.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Right at the boat.
Lost him.
Ah. Oh, man. What a bummer. That was a good fish.
Now tell me about the rod. Now this is a Shakespeare ugly stick. It's pretty long though.
It is. It's about 8 foot, 8'6", depending on which one you have.
It's really limber, and that must help, prevent the hook from tearing out of a fish, right?
So a lot of these fish have very soft mouths, and as we saw today, if you set the hook a little too hard, or if the fish hits a little too hard, oftentimes they can separate themselves from the hook. So having a little bit more limber rod allows you a little bit more play and a little bit more action in the fight.
Exactly, gives you a little more buffer. And so, what kind of a reel do you like to use?
So this is a Daiwa AccuDepth system. It's a line counter reel. It allows us to be a little bit more specific with how far out we are, or how deep we are, how much line we have in the water at all times, so that we can recreate, if we find a pattern that's working, we can recreate it right down to the distance that we are behind the boat.
Right down to the foot.
Exactly.
Exactly. You know exactly how far out, and sometimes it is a matter of just a foot or two, right?
It really does make a difference. A lot of guys will be like, well, I'm 3 colors down, but a lot of times with lead core, if you can say I'm 150 feet back or 200 feet back, it's a little bit more specific and a little bit more easy to recreate. You're up.
All right, man. I'm on it this time. I'm not messing up. Not messing up is easier said than done, especially when salmon are the target. But after several misses to start the day, I hooked a fish that wasn't getting away.
Come back around. Come back around.
It's very helpful.
Very helpful, huh?
That's a pretty looking fish right there.
It's a 1-year-old.
You can tell?
Yep.
How do you know?
It's this size, pretty much.
You mean that thing grew that much in 1 year?
They stock them very, very small. So they stocked this fish when he was probably, let's say, 3 inches long, maybe 4 inches long.
Yeah.
And then they bring them in here and they stock them, a bunch of them. And he's already unhooked even.
How long do they live?
They'll live 5-6 years till they get caught.
Uh-huh.
So Jason, tell us about the lead core setups you use for landlocked trolling.
Okay, so typically what we're trying to run here is we have 18-pound lead core line, which every 30 feet it changes color and drops approximately 5 feet in the water column.
Okay.
So for every 30 feet of lead core you're going to put out, it's going to drop about 5 feet down. So
At what trolling speed?
at about 1.7, 1.8, right in that range.
Okay.
It varies a little bit with your trolling speed. Also varies with the length of your leader. So we run a 6-pound or a 4-pound test fluorocarbon leader.
And how long is that's a pretty long leader?
So we run different lengths. What that does is it allows us to fish different sections of the water at the same time. So this one here is a 100-foot leader. We run hundreds and 50-foot leaders. And that also will help if we're running the planer boards. If we catch a fish on the outside line, it'll allow that fish to come over the top of the inside line without getting tangled up.
Not bad. All right, salmon number 2. Now, is that about a 1-year-old
Yep.
too? See, I'm getting pretty good at estimating its age now.
That one has a little bit bigger body to him, so he was able to get a little bit more food by
Look
the
at
looks.
that, huh?
Get a little bit more weight. That was kind of a surprise hit.
Yeah.
See the hook right where in the corner of the mouth?
Perfect.
That's what we want.
He's fat, huh?
Yeah, nice fish. It's at least no harm.
Now, how many of these are you allowed to keep?
You can keep 2. They just got to be over 15 inches. This one's pretty close, so we're gonna put it back.
Okay, put it back.
Yeah.
Because you know we're gonna get bigger ones, right?
Exactly.
Skipper?
Exactly.
Beautiful. Go do your thing.
Yeah, that's a monster. That's a big one. That's what we want right there. Oh, take your time. Take your time. That's the one we're looking for.
Jason Parent's typical early season salmon trolling spread varies according to the depth at which the fish are feeding on any given day and the number of licensed anglers he has aboard. But a good basic spread consists of 5 lines staggered at different depths to cover the water column from 5 feet down to 20 feet below the surface. Trolling speed varies depending on whether a spoon, fly, or live bait is used, but typically runs between 1.5 and 1.8 miles per hour. To start, 2 lines are fished off downriggers, one set 10 feet deep and 10 feet behind the boat, the other 8 to 15 feet deep and 30 to 50 feet behind the boat. Both lines are 10-pound test mono with 8-foot, 4 to 6-pound test fluorocarbon leaders. Next, a line from a lead core outfit is run off a planer board on one side of the boat. This line is let out at least 2 colors to achieve a depth of 10 to 15 feet and fished off a 100-foot fluorocarbon leader. It's important to note that the planer board lines must be set farther back than the flat lines to prevent tangles when a fish is hooked. Speaking of flat lines, Parent usually fishes at least 2 of them, both lead core outfits, one on either side of the boat. The starboard line can be let out anywhere from 1 to 4 colors to achieve a depth of 7 to 25 feet, depending on whether a spoon, live bait, or fly is used. The leader is 75 to 100 feet of 4 to 6-pound test fluorocarbon. The port side line is let out 1 to 2 colors for a depth of 7 to 15 feet, again depending on whether a live bait or lure is used. The leader on this outfit is typically 50 feet of 4 to 6-pound test fluorocarbon. The spread should be tweaked according to the fish's behavior. If you haven't had a strike after 30 minutes, make adjustments to the bait and lure type, trolling depths and speed until you find the combination that works. Is this your favorite time of year to fish for salmon?
August is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, why in August? I'd think that the water would be so warm they'd be down deep.
Right? The problem is that you only have to fish half the lake. So right now a salmon can be at 60 feet, he could be at 20 feet, he could be at 5 feet over there because the water's all the same temperature. But in August they can't survive in the warm water, so they have to go down. So you really only have to fish the bottom half of the lake.
I got you.
So you can target them a little bit better, it gives you a little bit better chance of finding them. Plus they've had all summer to grow, so their weights are higher, the fish are bigger. It's a really good time.
Oh, nice. While salmon can be caught in Winnipesaukee throughout the season, the period following ice out is especially exciting as the fish feed closer to the surface, sometimes right on the surface. During our trip, we often saw fish rolling and swirling, which was a good indication we were in the right spot.
Got a fish on
You
there?
got a fish on there.
All right.
Gotta grab it, pick it up.
I'm getting pretty good at this. Oh, he's taking line. Uh-oh.
Got him?
Yep.
Had a pepper, partner.
Feels like a good one.
That's a better fish, yep.
Yeah.
Nice job, take your time. Boat to the right, Hades, a little bit, please. Square us up. Keep coming around to the right.
Yeah, definitely a better fish.
That's a much better fish. Take your time.
Yeah, you know he's big when he doesn't jump, right?
They try and stay deep, but typically it's a little bit bigger fish.
Here he comes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a monster. That's a big one. That's what we want right there. Oh, take your time. Take your time. That's the one we're looking for.
Oh, I tell you, I like it when the captain gets excited.
That's the Mac Daddy right there. Lift.
Yeah! All right, man.
Woo! There's a keeper.
That's a nice one, huh?
That's a beauty.
You almost turned me all the way around.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
There's
Like
a
that guy.
beauty. Woo! Big meal.
Wow, man. That's my biggest landlock. I can tell you that. Man. So when you're trolling the live smelt and shiners, now tell me about the hooks you like to use for those.
So this is Gamakatsu's octopus in a size 10 hook, and I use this as my live bait hook, and you hook it right through the nose of the live bait. And
Like crosswise?
Yeah,
through
crosswise.
the-
Yep, and that allows the bait to swim lively. I find that if you close up the mouth by hooking it up through the bottom jaw, through the nose, or down through the top, it makes it a lot harder for them to breathe, and they typically will die a lot faster when they're in the water. But if you do it sideways through, it gives them a pretty good action when they swim. And a lot of times when the fish bites that, they bite it head first, and they'll get that hook, and it'll be well embedded into their mouth.
Gotcha. You got a hit there? Yeah. Oh yeah. Is there fish on here?
Well, let's catch them. Home slice. Come in there.
There's a little one.
All right.
Well, they're all going to be little now.
We don't take them. Nice.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, fishing's pretty good today.
Hey, we're getting some fish in the boat.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, that one got all of that, huh?
Yeah, that one got all of that. Hold on, relax, little buddy. Relax here. So,
Oh, actually, it's not that bad. I can see the hook, right? Oh, yeah. It's amazing. You know, you'd think they'd be hooked deep.
yeah, they don't get hooked up. Come on. Usually they come right out with these little hooks, you know. There we go.
All right. Can I get a picture of that?
Go.
Thanks to the efforts and expertise of Jason and Hayden, I'd enjoyed a productive morning of salmon fishing, one that included my personal best landlocked, a fish of around 4 pounds. Best of all, I got the chance to see what spring salmon fishing is all about on Winnipesaukee, and why the period following ice out is celebrated by so many New Hampshire anglers.
Family has always been extremely important to me growing up, and I always had the opportunity to fish with my dad and fish with my family, and we did some great things. And for me as a father to be able to introduce my family to fishing and to have a great opportunity of having such a great boat and an awesome place to take them and to show them the experiences that I've been able to show them already at their ages is just exceptional for me, and it makes me feel so happy and so blessed, honestly. It's not easy getting a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old out of bed at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, and every time I ask these guys, I'm like, hey, do you guys want to get up tomorrow? Do you want to go? Yes, Dad, I'll get up. I don't have to go downstairs. They're up. Hayden was waiting for me this morning in the recliner when I came out, just ready to go, ready to rock and roll. My name's Jason Parent. I'm a charter captain of Salmon Patrol Charters on Lake Winnipesaukee.
Well, that's a wrap on another action-packed episode of New England Fishing. To learn more about fishing in this great part of the world,
Be sure to check out newenglandfishingtv.com. The site is filled with great articles, videos, gear and boat reviews, fishing news, and much more. And don't forget to order your copy of New England Fishing Magazine, a big, bold, glossy publication packed with informative how-to articles that will help you catch more and bigger fish all season long. Until next time, I'm Tom Richardson for New England Fishing. Thanks for watching.